There's a whisper in the air, a subtle hum that many of us feel but can't quite articulate. It's the echo of a dream we've been chasing, a promise whispered by society, by movies, by even our own deepest desires. That with enough money, everything else will fall into place. That financial security is the golden ticket to happiness, to freedom, to a life unburdened. We see stories like Julian Vale's, a meteoric rise from humble beginnings to glittering success. He was the embodiment of this promise, the proof that hard work, ambition, and a little bit of luck could unlock a life of unparalleled abundance. His name became a symbol, a testament to the power of wealth to conquer all limitations. But what if the very thing we believe will set us free becomes our gilded cage? What if the ascent to financial prosperity, instead of expanding our horizons, actually narrows our world? Julian found himself at the apex of his success, surrounded by every conceivable luxury, every tangible marker of achievement. Yet, the irony was stark. He had acquired everything money could buy, but he had lost the one thing money was supposed to deliver: genuine freedom. The mansions felt like echoing halls, the accolades like hollow applause, and the meticulously crafted public image a mask that was becoming increasingly difficult to wear. Every contract signed, every investment made, every extravagant purchase wasn't just accumulating wealth. It was unknowingly adding another bar to a cage constructed from his own ambition and societal definition of success. This isn't a story about the struggles of scarcity, of yearning for what you don't have. It's a far more insidious narrative, one that speaks to the potential paralysis that can accompany abundance. It's about the invisible chains that wealth can forge, chains that bind us to expectations, to a certain lifestyle, to an ego that demands constant validation. Julian's story serves as a poignant, almost allegorical, reminder that true wealth isn't merely measured in bank accounts or possessions. It's about the quality of our inner life, the authenticity of our experiences, and the unhindered ability to live in alignment with our deepest values. This journey we're about to embark on is not about acquiring more, but about reclaiming ourselves. It's about recognizing that sometimes, in the relentless pursuit of wealth, we can inadvertently lose the very essence of what makes life meaningful. We're going to delve into the psychological architecture of these invisible prisons. We'll explore how the ego, in its desperate need for affirmation, can twist pursuit of financial freedom into a form of self-imposed captivity. We'll examine the symbolic weight of our possessions and how they can paradoxically weigh us down. This is a deep dive into the emotional landscape of success, a space where the lines between liberation and limitation blur. We'll uncover the hidden costs of this gilded existence, and more importantly, discover what it truly means to break free. It's a profound shift in perspective, moving from the external markers of wealth to the internal landscape of authentic abundance and genuine self-mastery. This exploration is for anyone who suspects that the promise of money might be incomplete, that there's a deeper, more fulfilling form of freedom waiting to be unlocked. The illusion of wealth can be a seductive siren, luring us onto the shores of perceived fulfillment, only to reveal the barrenness beneath its gilded surface. Julian's story and the echoes of it we find within ourselves isn't about the failure of money itself, but a profound misunderstanding of its true purpose. We often treat wealth as an endpoint, a final destination where all desires are satisfied and all anxieties dissolved. Yet, the deeper truth, the one that whispers beyond the clamor of acquisition, is that money is a tool, a conduit, a facilitator of experiences and growth, not the experience or the growth itself. The true captivity lies not in a lack of resources, but in the poverty of spirit that can arise when our external accumulation eclipses our internal cultivation. When we mistake the cage for freedom it promises, we begin to understand that the most significant limitations are not external circumstances, but the internal beliefs we hold about ourselves and our worth. Julian's journey, though seemingly about material success, is ultimately a profound parable about the human condition, our innate yearning for meaning, for connection, for authentic self-expression. The bars of his crystal cage were forged from the unexamined narratives of what success should look like, of the relentless pursuit of external validation. To truly escape this gilded prison, one must embark on an inner expedition, one that redefines abundance not as a quantity of possessions, but as a richness of being. It's about recognizing that the most valuable assets are not held in a vault, but reside within the resilient chambers of our hearts and minds. The realization that sometimes you already did lose what matters most is a critical pivot point. It's the moment of clarity that shifts the focus from acquiring more to appreciating what is already present and to cultivating what truly nourishes the soul. This isn't a call to renounce material comfort, but to approach it with a renewed sense of purpose and perspective. It is an invitation to disentangle our identity from our net worth, to recognize that our inherent value is not tied to our financial portfolio. True financial self-mastery, then, is not simply about managing money, but about managing our relationship with money, understanding its place in our lives without allowing it to dictate the terms of our existence. It is a courage to build a life where wealth serves our deepest values, rather than dictates our every move. The ultimate freedom, therefore, is not found in escaping poverty, but in escaping the psychological constraints that wealth can impose when it's pursued without wisdom. It's a conscious choice to live a life that is not just expensive, but rich in meaning, connection, and authentic joy. This requires a profound reorientation, a shift from accumulating to contributing, from striving for external approval to cultivating internal peace. The practice, therefore, begins not with new investment strategy, but with a deeper understanding of our own hearts and minds. It's in the quiet moments of reflection, in the intentional alignment of our actions with our values, and in the unwavering commitment to building a life that is not merely impressive, but profoundly, beautifully, and authentically free. Before you chase the next goal, ask yourself, is it freedom you want or just a prettier cage? Watch our next story tomorrow, where we uncover another hidden truth behind the illusion of success.